Are you good to go, Dyra? Oh, very nice. Sending love to all of you.
Enviando amor a todos ustedes.
Oh, so we're going to have live translation and it's going to go out over the internet. That's pretty darn cool.
Vamos a tener traducción y vamos a estar en el internet. Está súper chévere.
So we're doing something a little bit different tonight.
Entonces estamos haciendo algo un poco diferente hoy. I'm sorry, is Dara translating?
Yeah, she's translating so that it's dubbed live when it goes out to Facebook.
Okay. So do you need me?
Well, yes, we'll take you now.
Always.
Isn't today Thursday?
It is Thursday. We had a little bit of Jesus changed our plans for us today.
Didn't know.
And we have 2 Spanish translators. That is so off the rails.
Tenemos dos traductoras. But aren't people going to be confused?
Well, we're kind of transitioning over and I'm going to explain that.
Okay, están transicionando y ella va a explicar algo de eso.
So what Jesus is saying is that we're going to be playing the entire New Covenant book starting tonight with chapter 1.
Lo que Jesús nos dice es que vamos a estar hablando del libro completo de Jesús un nuevo convenio, comenzando desde el capítulo 1.
And we wanted to also dub the videos as well so that they're in Spanish.
Y queríamos de una vez doblar los videos para que estén en español.
So we have, I don't even know how long, we have to go back and find how long it's going to take, but we have the book in on YouTube and we're going to turn them into, every night we're going to turn them into Spanish translations.
Entonces, tenemos el libro en YouTube y todas las noches vamos a volverlo una traducción en español.
So that they'll be out there and anyone in Spanish or English is going to be able to contemplate with Jesus the chapters.
Para que estén allí, entonces cualquier persona o en español o en inglés pueden contemplar los capítulos con Jesús.
So we are going to play, they were recorded.
Entonces estos ya fueron grabados.
And so we're going to stream those out.
Y entonces vamos a publicarlos. So in a way, so I'm just confused. I'm sorry. So do you want Dara to be in charge of translation, or because she's going to be seeing what I won't see?
It's quite fine. No, you will see it because we're going to stream it to you. It's just once the live translation starts, then you won't have to co-translate with me. So it's perfect, exactly how it's happening now, so we can explain to everyone what we're going to be doing over the next couple of weeks.
Okay, entonces una vez que la traducción empiece, el streaming empiece en YouTube, yo ya no voy a traducir, pero va a salir en la pantalla, lo que sea. Es simplemente una explicación de lo que va a ocurrir, que ya se va a poner el libro de un nuevo convenio que va a ser traducido al español en cuanto se está hablando al respecto con Kate.
So that we can play the entire book, which we have, every chapter has been recorded with contemplation.
Para que nosotros podamos hacerle play al libro entero que ya está totalmente grabado con contemplaciones.
With Jesus. So it's a little bit different and we wanted to explain what we were going to be doing over the next couple of weeks.
Entonces es un poco diferente y queríamos explicar lo que vamos a hacer en las próximas semanas.
So every night on Facebook, Dyra is going to be translating the chapters as we play them and stream them.
Entonces todas las noches en Facebook Dyra va a estar traduciendo lo que nosotros ponemos allí.
It just feels like total love to have those all translated into Spanish.
Se siente mucho amor al haber traducido todo eso en español.
And then
si yo hablo solo español, tendría que colgar aquí y conectarme en Facebook.
If I only speak Spanish, do I have to hang up here and then go to Facebook?
Well, if you want to hear the Spanish translation, yes, because it's going to be streaming and you can see it on Facebook. Now, if you have two devices, some people
sea, sí.
don't. Oh, go
O sea,
ahead.
O sea, sí, si tú quieres escuchar la traducción en español, tienes que ir a Facebook porque ahí es donde Tara va a estar traduciendo. Ahora, si tú tienes dos aparatos,
So thank you for this clarity, Walter,
gracias por esta claridad, Walter,
because we love seeing everyone. We love seeing you all on the Zooms.
porque nos encanta verlos a todos en el Zoom.
So you can do it like Melissa does it. What she does is she connects through her phone to listen to the audio.
Entonces tú puedes hacer como lo hace Melissa. Ella utiliza su teléfono para conectarse con el audio.
So she'll be listening to Dyra's voice, but she'll be also on the Zoom.
Entonces ella estará escuchando la voz de Daira, pero también estará en el Zoom.
What we've realized is some beings only have one device and they couldn't do both at the same time.
Porque nos hemos dado cuenta que algunos seres solamente tienen un aparato, un dispositivo y solamente pueden estar conectados en una de las dos a la vez.
So in that case,
Entonces en
they
ese
had
caso,
they would have to go out and watch it on Facebook where it's being streamed.
tendrían que salir de Zoom y mirarlo en Facebook donde se lo está transmitiendo.
Or log in to teleconference.com so they can hear Dyra's voice speaking in the background.
O ingresar al teleconference.com para escuchar la voz de Daira.
So that way we'll have the whole text in that meditation with Jesus. We'll have the whole talk where he's doing downloading, explaining the chapters, and we'll have them all dubbed in Spanish for everyone.
Entonces de esta manera tendremos el texto completo, ya completamente traducido al español del hermano de Jesús.
And it's very precious whenever beings want to join and they can join us by Zoom.
Y es hermoso porque cuando estos seres no pueden unirse con nosotros en Zoom.
And then we'll also continue to have live joinings as they're guided by Jesus.
Y continuaremos teniendo uniones en vivo siendo guiados por Jesús.
We'll have joinings for chapter 20.
Tendremos uniones para el capítulo 20.
We'll have joinings, just regular joining in light sessions to talk to Jesus and clear any blocks.
Y también tendremos uniones regulares para hablar con Jesús y limpiar cualquier bloqueo.
So you can send your questions and ask questions and we'll answer them there.
Para que puedas enviar tus preguntas y hacer preguntas para poderlas contestar ahí.
And then movies, just like we have been having.
Y también las películas tal como las hemos venido teniendo.
And who else knows what Jesus is going to start having us come together to do?
Y quién sabe lo que Jesús nos hará hacer y nos hará unirnos para hacer.
So it just feels like the joinings will continue.
Entonces parece que las uniones van a continuar.
So when we'll have to come up with a name for it, but when we have more of interactive programming.
Entonces cuando tendremos ya un nombre, pero cuando tengamos una programación más interactiva,
like the joining in light sessions,
como las sesiones de uniones en la luz,
then it's feeling like we will have live translation, like I'll speak and then Guido or Walter or Dyra will speak. So it'll have both.
entonces se sentirá como tenemos traducción en vivo, entonces ahí traducirá o Walter o Daira o Gira. Tendremos las dos cosas.
We want everyone to have the opportunity to jump all on one Zoom because it's so beautiful.
Porque queremos que todos tengan la oportunidad de subirse al Zoom porque es hermoso ver a todos.
So we're trusting that Jesus is providing everything that we need to see who we are.
Entonces confiamos en que Jesús nos proveerá todo lo que necesitamos para poder ver quiénes somos.
So that the psychotherapy program will continue.
Para que el programa de psicoterapia continúe.
So we're just making sure that no matter where someone jumps on.
Entonces nos estamos asegurando que no importa dónde alguien entre.
So we're on YouTube Live tonight.
Entonces también estamos en YouTube Live.
And we're YouTube Live tonight in English. and Spanish together.
Estamos en YouTube en inglés y español, ambos idiomas.
Okay, and then Dyra's beaming it out to the universe, out to the Spanish version. She's beaming that out to Facebook.
Y Daira lo está haciéndolo por Facebook. Lo está haciendo en Facebook.
It's so miraculous to see how Jesus is using all this technology.
Está milagroso ver cómo Jesús está utilizando toda esta tecnología.
So that we can simulcast in English and Spanish at the same time.
Para que podamos transmitir de manera simultánea en inglés y en español a la misma vez.
So tomorrow night,
entonces mañana por la noche,
we'll continue with chapter 1. We're going to start chapter 1 tonight.
Vamos a continuar con el capítulo 1. Vamos a comenzar el capítulo 1 hoy.
And then tomorrow night, we'll still have Zoom, so anyone can jump the Zoom sessions.
Entonces mañana seguiremos teniendo Zoom, entonces cualquiera puede unirse a las sesiones de Zoom.
And so we'll be simultaneously casting in English on the Joining in Light page.
Y entonces estaremos transmitiendo simultáneamente en la página de Uniéndonos en la Luz.
On Facebook, and we'll be broadcasting in Spanish at the same time on the Spanish group.
Entonces lo estaremos haciendo así en Facebook y también en el grupo de español a la misma vez.
But again, anyone who has 2 devices will be able to join the Zoom and then just listen in Spanish.
Entonces cualquiera que tenga 2 dispositivos puede unirse a Zoom y escuchar en español.
Are there any more questions? Does that feel pretty clear? Oh, there's Dyrus.
Si hay alguna otra pregunta, que esto ya está todo completamente claro.
Oh, there you are. Oh. That's adorable.
Es adorable, dice que.
Yeah. So that feels just really good. So we can keep all the beloveds together.
Eso se siente muy bien porque así podemos mantener a todos nuestros amados hermanos juntos.
So keep those joinings. There've been some beautiful things been posted about the joinings everyone's having. And we thank you for that because that's for us.
Pues sigan uniéndose porque han visto muchas experiencias de lo que está viviéndose al unirse y es hermoso para nosotros.
Yeah, that everyone can hear Jesus and have a one-on-one conversation.
Que todos pueden escuchar a Jesús y tener esa conversación uno a uno.
So with that, I'm going to start the stream.
Y con eso vamos a comenzar ya la transmisión. And I mute myself, right?
Yes, excellent. Okay, make sure I have the right one. Chapter 1.
Chapter 2. So tonight the assignment was to look at chapter 1 of A New Covenant with Jesus. And, it was beautiful. A Course in Miracles was scribed over 50 years ago by Helen Shuttling through my guidance. It is God's covenant with his children that they are loved deeply. Every being has the power to recognize light because they are light, the light given by the Father to his Holy Son, the light of totality, all that is. Many have studied A Course in Miracles over the years. It's time for a new covenant, a new way of seeing, a direct way of seeing what is true, to see beyond the concepts in this world, immediate seeing, acceptance of divinity now, This is beyond the idea of a miracle worker. These terms were helpful at the time. All is given for true helpfulness. Now the mind is opening to what is true. This began with the revelations, of course, of love. Always begin with the ability of light beings to recognize light. This is where true power lies. You are the miracle, love itself. This world is an idea that something has gone wrong, that it is possible for something to be wrong. These new teachings are meant to turn the world upside down, to obliterate the idea that there is a world apart from the Father's will. This is quantum forgiveness, the recognition that all is forgiven now. This is the collapse of time, beyond beliefs and concepts, beyond the idea of silence or no silence. This is the recognition that God moves fully in every being, and that no being hears my voice any better than any other being. And it really feels beautiful just to spend a moment in the light that's here, in this circle of light that we join in. And to really rest and see that this is true. But because we are light, we can always hear what the light has to say. That infinite loving light that loves us. This light can give no support to what we're not, what we pretend to be, what we deny. Thus, we can only be called to the light and accept what we already are, and see that what we are is always been here, and it's just a denial that it isn't. This is the recognition that God moves fully in every being, and that no being hears my voice any better than any other being. It can only appear as though they do. This is a very helpful teaching from Jesus, because what I realized is sometimes it's expressed, oh, you can hear Jesus and I can't hear Jesus. And I would like for, someone said that to me today, I would really like to hear Jesus like you hear Jesus. And this is the promise to God to his Son. This is communication, direct communication between the Father and his Son, the holiest of the holy. This is what Holy Communion is, actually. Holy Communion is the Father communing with his Son, which he's always doing, is communing with the Son, unless we deny that through an idea of a personal identity. We're just so used to investing in that idea that it seems like a foreign voice is speaking to us, calling us home, and it's really our own voice calling us home. And that's why he just keeps pointing here to teach or imply anything other than every being has the ability to hear my voice in fullness right now, like no waiting. Because it is communion with Source. It's communicating with Source. It seems to be through a voice, but it is communicating through the voice within, the voice for truth within. To teach or imply anything other than every being has the ability to hear my voice in fullness now is to deny the Father's will. So if we can't hear, in some ways we are attempting to deny the Father's will in accepting the will of the idea we have of ourselves. All that is needed is the willingness to follow it, to follow the light within. A new covenant celebrates the power you have as infinite being to recognize divinity now. Peace of mind, joy, and light. The kingdom of heaven is at hand means the kingdom of heaven is here right now. God has no waiting line, no take a number. What is here. Infinite being. Rest in peace now. There is no other. There is only a celebration of the peace that surpasses understanding now. Anything else is an idea arising in the mind that is asleep, an investment in the desire to experience something other than infinite love and peace. And so it feels helpful to ask Jesus, first of all, I just express my gratitude really for this reminder to all of us, to me, of this, that we are the light and we are infinite peace and we do have infinite power to accept it right now. We don't have to wait to accept it. This is a book of simple, practical steps given by Jesus to recognize this light is all that is. This is quantum forgiveness, to see what is beyond forgiveness, what is already whole and complete. This is the power and simplicity of what is already here, beyond any power that this world can know. Jesus uses the word we because he's not separate from you. He is the same as you. He is you, the Christ mind. You can never be separate from an other or different. You can only recognize and must admit that there is only one, the light of truth. You are this. So he's called us to gather together in these light circles because of the power we bring to each other. Because no one has the truth. Everyone is the truth. And we all carry that light, that infinite, glorious, shining light. And that's the gift we bring to each other, to shine and stand in that light together. To see that these ideas we have are not true. Awakening is merely seeing what is already here. Yeah, we just can't do this during the session. This is the power and simplicity of what is already here, beyond any power this world can know. Jesus uses the word we because he's not separate from you. He is the same as you. He is you, the Christ mind. This is what we're here to celebrate. The light, the Christ mind. Awakening is merely seeing what is already here. Infinite light. There is no greater power than starting with the recognition of the light within. What is untouched by time or space, and what does not know death. The understanding that death is an idea arising in the mind of the dreamer. That feels really helpful to have Jesus show us this in our heart. That death is an idea arising in the mind of the dreamer. It's the infinite power we have to see that we are light and untouched by death. It is time for the Son of God to wake up and see who he is, timeless, infinite being. From this recognition, there is a contrast between the peace of this recognition, the recognition of the light, the relaxation, just focusing on the light within. Jesus points to lesson 44, drop everything you think you know and see what happens with the body. Just notice how the body just relaxes when it focuses on the light. Thus the contrast between the peace of this recognition and all the ideas that arise in the mind that deny this recognition. If you ask, I will directly reveal to you all the hidden desires that block this recognition, all the beliefs and desires that have been miscreated, to deny that divine nature is present now. These are the beliefs and desires that seem to create a world in which you feel separate from the Father. You have the infinite power to see these are untrue. And these denials, when seen as untrue through the light of truth, as forgiveness, reveals only what is always original to you as the Holy Son of God. This is the fastest means. The fastest path is accepting the immediate power you have to see that nothing can hide your divine nature unless you invest in a personal will to have an experience of separation from the Father. Then what is always available seems to be lost. God can never leave you, yet you can pretend to deny that infinite love is always here. And if you deny him, you deny yourself the recognition and full experience of his love, the love that you already are. Helen Schucklin described the Course in Miracles and the Song of Prayer. In the Song of Prayer, I talk about the highest rung of the ladder of prayer, to ask for nothing and receive everything, to see that everything is already here, perfect and complete and whole. A Course in Miracles was given as a means to see that only love exists. A new covenant is beyond the Course. The Course has served its function. What is most helpful is simplicity, recognizing the light within is all that is needed, and then the admission that anything that is not perfect happiness, the light within, is desired experience. This is only an admission of what is already true, perfect, divine, complete. When I said that completion is your only function, I meant that your function is to see that you are whole and complete now. Not a future doing to see you are perfect and complete. Not a prompt to do something in the future to see that you are perfect and complete. There is only what is always in holy communion with itself. Consciousness is the desired experience to focus on what is not. That feels like a good check-in with Jesus to see if that's true. With Jesus, I admit any desire to focus on what is not. It is the investment in an experience that what is already whole and complete can somehow be limited. A new covenant is the reminder that you are already this. beyond seeking, beyond the idea that something is incomplete, beyond the idea that something needs to be fixed. What is? What is always here? You are infinite being, the light of divine nature. This is what we come to celebrate here. But the light is here first. The light is here before any mad idea arose. And the light is and always will be more powerful than the tiny mad idea. A new covenant is a new way of looking given by me. It is a simple, direct seeing the beliefs and desires that deny the infinite being is here now. Spiritual traditions talk about desires because anything other than the desire to know God is the desire to experience something other than God. The desire to experience personal will is separate from God. It is impossible to be separate from God. It is possible to dream a dream of being separate from God. A dream of suffering. Holy Son of God, awaken and see who you are. I am in control of the plan for atonement. I am the way, the truth, and the life because you are the way, the truth, and the life. Yet as long as you deny that you are, you will continue to experience the suffering of this world. Please know that this is desired experience. Your power to deny who you are for an experience of limitation. The desire to forget the divine nature by pretending not to be it. This is a game of tag that you can never win. A new covenant is beyond the idea of A Course in Miracles, A Course in Love, Listen, Follow. A new covenant is to see what is true now. This is the speed up, only what is true now. The light of truth within. The peace that surpasses understanding. Holy Son of God, you want a step-by-step plan to see who you are. Jesus, is there any desire in the subconscious mind for an experience of a step-by-step plan to see who I am? It's like Jesus is saying, you want bits and bites, little bits and bites of who you are without seeing the whole thing, oh, enchilada. Yet there are no steps to see who you are. You want to understand who you are, when understanding who you are is the very problem that seems to create a problem that there is a world. A world that seems to be apart from yourself while it is all within you. An expression within yourself in which you are dabbling and pretending to try to find yourself without ever finding what is already here. You are beyond all ideas and concepts. You can only pretend not to know who you are, as who you are is self-evident and already available. As soon as there are no desires not to be who you are, the desire to experience dreaming, you will see you have always been who you are. You can only be who you are. Nothing to fix or change or to forgive. Does the light of infinite being that we are, that we can see that's here, does it know anything about fixing something, changing something, or forgiving something to see what it is? It's all a play, fighting within itself. wanting to have an argument with itself about itself. It's an argument with nothing. You're trying to make it something. And it's impossible, it can't happen. Do not invest in the ideas of what you think you are. You cannot be found in thought. Comparing thoughts and trying to find yourself in thought is only a distraction from what is beyond all thoughts and concepts. Your perfect happiness and only this. Everything else is an idea. All experience other than perfect happiness and perfect peace does not exist. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. Therein lies the peace of God. You do not experience peace consistently because you desire not to experience peace of mind. Jesus, is there any desire below my level of awareness to not experience peace of mind all of the time? I'm willing to see this. Please show me any objections to my peace of mind. You do not experience the love of God consistently because you desire not to experience infinite, unchanging, changing love. Jesus, is there a desire below my level of awareness not to experience infinite, unchanging love? I'm willing to see that in the light. Where am I withholding love from myself? You are addicted to experiencing what is arising in yourself, your own miscreations. Jesus, I like to feel and know in my heart that I'm creating this creation. And that I desire to experience those miscreations as soon as I will. And I'm willing to see that these miscreations defy everything that the Father has given. You doubt you are creating the world and making it an unhappy one. Yet the only peace of mind is seeing and admitting that you are creating. I'm willing to admit this. This is admitted, it's like the gates of heaven open up. The Son of God to see who He is, and to see the true power He has been granted by the Father. And nothing bars the door to His happiness unless He chooses to have an experience with the bar He creates the good. He creates the feelings. He creates the denials. So no door can hold him out. To chain himself to the wall of meditation. This desire to chain himself to the wall of meditation. You doubt you are creating the world and making it an unhappy one. Yet the only peace of mind is seeing and admitting that you are creating it. This is the misuse of your divine power to play a game of denying you are whole and complete. It is miscreating to deny that you are already this. There is so much love available for you at the slightest willingness, because it is your will to be happy, the same as the will of the Father. Perfect peace, perfect happiness, perfect love. Cease misusing your infinite power to miscreate a world of desolation and fear. Like A Course in Miracles, this is a book about seeing what is true by no longer investing in what is false. This is the immediate power of direct looking at the untrue with the power of the light within, the light of divinity. I am the symbol of the light of divinity within your mind. The Christ light within you that you have called forth to remind you that you are not in any way limited by anything of this world. You are called to see this light within, only this light within, and that nothing of this world is apart or separate from you. You are called because you have called yourself out of the world of fear and suffering. This is so much happiness to see. It seems to be about another, a brother, Jesus, or Christ outside of yourself. Yet this is the only light, only the light within calling you to look within yourself at what is already complete. You are calling forth witnesses in your mind that are reflections of what you believe, and to demonstrate that what you believe is what you experience. And thus to see that you have all the power to create as well as dispel all ideas about the world. Jesus, I am willing to see that I have been given all the power by the Father to dispel all ideas about the world, and that I have misused my power to create an experience of limitation. It is indeed a happy day, and it's decided that the divinity is the only thing of really value. Thank you, Jesus, for giving us. Thank you for sending these beautiful reflections here. Knowing one another true nature. And celebrate true nature. This is our only function. Amen. Thank you for joining us, Marie. Is there anything you'd like to share? We can certainly unmute you.
That was beautiful. I saw a lot of white light. Just felt so nice. Thanks.
Thank you for the ladies. Amen. Namaste. We'll see you again soon.
Are you doing this tomorrow and Sunday, or is it just during the week?
Oh, we do it on actually 7 days a week at night. And we do it during the day actually as well. And I've actually had one request to join on the morning sessions over the weekend. So we may just schedule a time for that. I'm happy to do that at 11 o'clock tomorrow if there are beings that want to join during the day. I just feel so open to it because it's so much love. So grace and say what we would need, Marie. I'm not sure I have your email address, so I can be in front.
Oh, our sound's on. Thank you for joining us. And keep your dial set to infinite. We love you. Adios.